All right. I hope everybody's doing well today. Tonight, should I say? My name's Lathan. This is gonna be my TED Talk. It's called Beyond War, Beyond Brotherhood. Um, so when you think about football, it brings up a lot of emotions. Rather you played it, rather you watched it, been a part of it. No matter what, it always brings up a ton of emotions. And I know from the time that I was young, some of the earliest memories I have are of being on the football field or watching my two older brothers play on Friday nights. And from the smells of the fresh cut grass to, being out there for the first day in pads, it always like took out some type of emotion on me and made an impact. And looking back, now I didn't really realize the impact that the sports made on me at a young age. Um, and now I can kind of look back and appreciate that and the lifelong friends that I made and, the life lessons that I learned and the traits that I picked up from those life lessons. And I carry those things with me, and we'll talk a little bit about that in this presentation. But it's just one of those things, sports that can really make an impact on young kids that, you know, other things may not have the impacts that sports will. And one of the main things that we'll talk about is socialization. Socialization is huge when it comes to sports at a young age. It's giving those kids a chance to build those lifelong friends, those bonds, those brotherhoods. And the good thing about sports is that, there's people from all different religions, all different cultures, ethnic groups. It doesn't matter. They all, sport is something that everyone loves. And when you're in a locker room with those guys, it's really, a brotherhood that's hard to break and that's hard to be anywhere else. And I'm gonna share a little video clip with you guys. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen this movie, but I just think it shows a lot about the leadership the brotherhood that sports can bring. This is Remember the Titans. That's just a little video clip from. Did I share my screen at all? Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to try that again and share my screen. I don't know why that didn't happen. Whatever. Sorry, Teach. Can y'all see it now? Yeah. All right. So we'll replay this. It's just a clip from Remember the Titans. I'm sure everyone has seen that movie. But I think it just shows a great amount of brotherhood. What kind of brothers you can make, friendships you can make with sport.
Lathan, is it muted?
I don't think so. Whatever. Just go with it. So from there, you can see that that was just a little video clip about brotherhood. And she's talking about, only next of kin allowed in here. And he's saying, that is my brother. That's something that sports, really builds. It's really, included and it teaches those kids from a young age that I was always raised that, you're not born racist. It's taught to you. And from a young age, I've never judged anyone from the color of the skin. And I think that has a lot to do with football in the way that I was raised, but sports have a lot to do with that. And that's huge. And from those, those friends that you make and those lessons that you learn, you move in, you learn a lot of life lessons. Sports teaches you many different things from from teamwork. Teamwork is a huge thing that I think, sports at a young age can teach you and can help you with. It's working with those that you might not get along with well, but you got to figure out a way to, and that's just ginormous. Growing up, you might not get to do those different things in another sort of way, and with those lifelong friends and those life lessons that you make, you pick up character traits throughout the way. You pick up, how to be a leader, how to stand out from different people, how to be different from everyone else. And that's huge. And I go back, to the whole, friendship and brotherhood thing is I had one of my best friends to this day, Stephen Davis, is a guy that I met when I was just starting, flag football. And that's how I met him. And he's one of my best friends to this day. And he's a black guy. And without sports, I just think that it just builds a bond that's unbreakable, really. And with those life lessons and those friendships come traits, and the leadership trait. Now, like I said, I'm going back to Steve. Remember the first game of my senior year of high school? I was told right before the game, you're going to be the captain tonight. And it was me and Steve. And it was just one of those things, it really pays off. It's achievement. It gives you that, why do you do this? You have the commitment to the game of why, you want to do this and what drives you. And I think sports is just such a driving factor, and gives those kids a sense of commitment, a sense of pride, a sense of how to be a leader, how to set yourself apart from everyone else, and how to be accountable. Because everyone wants to lean on you. In sports, you have to lean on one another, and no one wants to be the person that's not accountable. And so I think that it just teaches a huge lesson in accountability as well with leadership, and that goes far beyond sports. That goes with jobs and school and just life in general as well. And I want to show another little clip here of a clip that I found on YouTube, and this actually went viral not too long ago, and it basically just shows. Oh, it's a fella, and it's a young kid, and he's giving a pep talk to his football team, and this is a 10-year-old kid, and he's being a leader. How do you learn how to do those things at such a young age? Well, it's sports. That impact that sports has made on him is already showing right now, and being this young and giving a pep talk to his entire team at 10 years old is just something that I find very fascinating. On where does he learn these traits from? Well, one of those big things is football, or is sports in general. So I just thought that was a cool little clip to share, because that just shows, how much sports can impact someone at such a young age. And nowadays, I think the younger generation is just so in tune with technology. And the younger, it just seems like today younger and younger kids are getting phones earlier, and 90% of their time is spent with their phone, with their face directly looking at a screen, and they're not realizing, what the world really has to offer. And I think that sports in general really gives them a chance to do that. Really gives children a chance to create those lifelong bonds, pick up on those life lessons, and pick up on those character traits that are going to be with them for the rest of their life. And I just think sports can have an impact at a young age that is immeasurable to anything else. And that's my TED Talk. I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all for coming out, and have a good one.